Oh, let's see. Okay, I am live. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Welcome to episode. Wait, I gotta change that. It's 627. I want to say it's 627. I think that's a mistake. It says 628, but I want to say it's 627. Okay, let's just go with episode 620. Hold on one second. Let me take a. You know, it doesn't matter. It's episode 627 for the time being of the Black Brain Trust, the Sapio-Males Guide to the Galaxy, Feminine Intelligence. This is an addendum to um, the live stream I did on my channel. The link is in the description. I know that sounds kind of cliche, right? But I did a live stream on this topic, and I wanted to kind of touch on it or just kind of rehash it on this platform here, this channel. Um, so yeah, let me see here. Hold on one second. Okay, so let me go ahead and just kind of preface what is meant by feminine intelligence. Well, let's get a good overview of what intelligence means. We'll start there, and then we'll kind of explore what that translates to in terms of like um, you know a feminine disposition, or how you are to see one who has a an intelligent application of her femininity. Give me a second. I'm just trying to pull this up on the other stream. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, other screen. My apologies. All right, there we go. Cool. Now I can see it. All right. So, this is like the first paragraph of the wiki entry on intelligence. Intelligence has been defined in many ways: the capacity for logic, understanding, self-awareness, learning, emotional knowledge, reasoning, planning, creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving. Let's read that one again. Intelligence has been defined in many ways: the capacity for logic, understanding, self-awareness, learning, emotional knowledge, reasoning, planning, creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving. More generally, it can be described as the ability to perceive or infer information and to retain it as knowledge to be applied towards adaptive behaviors within an environment or context. There are conflicting ideas about how intelligence is measured. Now, that's what we're going to explore a little bit, ranging from the idea that intelligence is fixed upon birth, or that it is malleable and can change depending on an individual's mindset and efforts. I think both are true. Several subcategories of intelligence, such as emotional intelligence or social intelligence, refer back to the emotional intelligence live stream from maybe about 3 weeks ago, maybe, or a month ago that we did. There you go. Are heavily debated as to whether they are traditional forms of intelligence. They are generally thought to be distinct processes that occur, though there is speculation that they tie into traditional intelligence more than previously suspected. Despite their use of the word intelligence, some terms may have little or nothing to do with the mentioned cognitive processes. And I will just grab this link here and I'll post it. Let's see here. Some question. The EVs. Oh, hey, what's going on, Q? Yeah, you know what? I meant to call you today, but I had some stuff going on. But I will give you a ring in the morning about that. Okay, there's that right there. So that's what I was kind of reading from. And again, you know, it's really to kind of preface it, right? So you start to think about feminine intelligence. Now, okay, admittedly, this is going to be one of those live streams that might actually involve observations of, let's just say, the outer manosphere, right? What takes place in terms of conversations, right? Um, what I don't typically get a hint of is the application of feminine intelligence. Okay. So, again, if we're reading from the wiki entry, it's defined as logic. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Intelligence has been defined in many ways. The capacity for logic, understanding, self-awareness, learning, emotional knowledge, reasoning, planning, creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving. Okay, we are going to stop. All right. So, just in reading that, I mean, I'll just give you my own personal take. This is just, and you guys can kind of contextualize the conversation as you see fit. I see a lot of emotion and feeling based um, reactions. Let's just say actions and reactions. Um, the logic, understanding, self-awareness, learning, emotional knowledge, reasoning, planning, creative thinking, and problem solving parts. Yeah. So, what does that look like when it's expressed, right? Well, one, um, there's going to be logic present. Now, we're kind of getting to the nuts and bolts of the whole Sapio thing, and like on, let's say, when I've done my one-on-ones with Bernard, right? I never really got to get deep like this into it, right? Because it's kind of like we're just kind of going off conversation questions, right? But when we talk about the ways in which intelligence is defined, and then we break them down, and then this is where I start to say that, well, you can better profile an individual if you understand how intelligence is applied. So the application of logic, you know, um, understanding. So seeing if the other person is understanding. So in conversation, if you correct them, do they argue with you, or do they say, okay, I've been corrected, I didn't know that? Okay. Self-awareness. Do they, well, I'm a I'm average at, I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in. I'm average at best, but I don't deserve a fill in the blank man. You know what I was about to say. There's no self-awareness there, or very little. Learning, from year to year, like, are you the same person, or do you grow based on, like, you know are you pursuing things that are teaching you things, so that means that, like, you're always on this steady ascendant incline, in terms of growth, or are you just kind of going with the flow, and it's just pretty much a steady diet of social media junk, celebrity junk. Emotional knowledge, understanding when you're in your fifis. I mean, simply put, not only that, but understanding how to read the emotion of others, and then knowing how to interpret those emotions, not taking it personally if someone might be in some whatever type of situation, or mood, or you may be in it, but you effectively communicate this to, say, the person closest to you, those around you. Emotional knowledge, reasoning. Okay. you know, goes without saying, right? Reasoning, planning. So, you always hear the trope. Well, you're doing this in your 20s, and then when you get here in your 30s, and then you planning, okay? Planning. Like, it's planning. That's just planning, okay? Critical thinking. That kind of goes hand in hand with planning. If you're in the if a woman's is in the mode of critically thinking about things, she won't be so quick to like do something stupid. Much like a dude, you critically think about shit. You know you'll weigh it, and it's just like it's not there. Don't do it, right? And problem solving. So, what does that look like? These things in terms of you know feminine expression. Well, I mean, in an outward expression, in my view, um, the characteristics of one who possesses a high capacity in these areas is a woman who is going to typically carry herself in a graceful, in a classy, graceful manner. Now, that doesn't mean she's Miss Prim and Proper and isn't a freak behind closed doors or anything. It just means that she's the gentleman equivalent, essentially. Okay. Um, Again, isn't really too far swayed into, let's say, the lower aspects of herself that keeps her away from using logic and understanding and reasoning and critical thinking, especially in conversation, particularly in conversation. This is the reason why I say for sapio men, a sapio woman, it's you. Well, I'm just speaking for myself. Compatibility is key. You know, if I'm trying to suss out a problem and there's no one, my partner's who's back east asleep, it'd be cool to bounce it off my lady. That doesn't mean that she's there for me to do that with all the time. That's what I have partners for, right? But the mere fact that she has the capacity, that's an asset to me, right? That brings value to me. Okay. The things that I engage in by default bring value to her. That's without question. But what about that proverbial items to the table that she brings? Well, oftentimes they can't answer the question because they don't really, well, okay, they don't know. However, as a man, you should know it should be these things right here. This is it. This is the golden ticket that they need to be bringing to the table. Okay. With through their femininity be able to express logic, understanding, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, reasoning, planning, critical thinking, and problem solving. It's simple. uh, I think men oftentimes run into issues because they don't require these things. The issues arise from her inability to apply these things. I don't want to have to do all of this for an adult that I'm calling my spouse, wife, partner, whatever term they're giving it nowadays. I kind of have to do all of this to some extent for my child. And I would even say with her, she's pretty good at a lot of these things already. So I definitely don't want to be doing it for a partner. I would like for her to bring these things to the table. Let's check the chat. I don't know what because I was reading from the wiki here. Let me go to this other tab. Okay, what's going on? Okay, Mackie Samuels, what's going on, bro? Welcome. Rael, Bridget, what's going on? Seeking my creator, hello. Yeah. So welcome all. Yeah. We're just kind of deep diving here a little bit. I'm gonna just kind of preface this a little bit more. I'll drop the link and then we can chop it up for a little while. I got started a little late. I'm on the West Coast and had to get my little one to bed and all that stuff. But again, this is like a rehash of the original Feminine Intelligence live stream we did on my channel. I don't know, some 6, 7, 8 months ago or something like that. But you know, it just in general, if the term sapiosexual is said, right, then there's a general assumption that, oh, you just like a chick that got straight A's. You just like a chick that got straight A's, and it's like, okay, well, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it. When in all actuality, it has more to do with the things that I outlined. Okay, these are the things that men should value. A woman has the ability to express these things here. See, beauty only gets a woman but so far, and then at a certain point it fades. And when it starts to fade, you start to quickly find you're pretty much left holding what you had the whole time, right? It was the makeup, and it was the way the tits were being held up and the ass was sitting and everything, and you ignored, right? You ignored the lack of logic and understanding and self-awareness and emotional knowledge and reasoning and critical thinking. Yeah, you ignored all that shit because, right? Now, does that mean you then say, okay, well, get me the I hate to say this, the ugliest thing walking, but she's likes to read a lot of books. That doesn't mean that either. Now, refer to back to the taste live stream. I think it was last night or the night before. Jeez. It was the night before, I think it was. We did the taste live stream. And the definition of taste is essentially the ability to discern good qualities and good aesthetic standards. You see, so good qualities and good aesthetic standards go hand in hand with someone who has good taste. So if you have good taste in women, for example, okay, she'll have all of these things plus the good aesthetic standard qualities. Okay, they go hand in hand. So that notion of like, oh, sapio means you have to get with a chick who's not attracted to you, but you like, shut up. It's not how it works, right? Words. Read them, understand them. Okay. So this is what and if you fancy yourself to be a sapio male, well then you are the counterpart to that woman. Okay, make no mistake about this. Right. So the conversation here isn't binary. Again, the sapio conversations are never binary. They're always unisex. So what applies to one side applies to other. I'm just a male speaking this perspective, but if you just flip the mirror, it applies to women as well. So these are the things in terms of feminine intelligence, things like conflict resolution, problem solving and stuff. Like, does she escalate an argument? Or when there's a disagreement, well, one, if you're you have to be what you require. That's like one of the key components of compatibility, right? You You can't be a dude who flies off the handle and says, well, since I fly off the handle, I need someone who's going to, anchor me down, because it's like, no, that's not going to work. Okay. Get your shit in check. All right. So if you're even killed, then get a chick who's even killed. Okay. That way, if there's any sort of disagreement, you're never gonna blow up. You guys are gonna both be like, okay, wait a minute. So what are we dealing with here? And you'll come to a rational, reasonable, solution. Why? Because she's got some damn smarts. She's got a little bit of logic and understanding and reasoning and, some critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, we can work with that. Let's see what the problem with that is. Okay. Self-awareness. That's very important, man. Dealing with a person who's not self-aware. You know what I mean? That means, they have maybe the propensity to have like an unchecked ego. Say all kind of crazy shit to you, just essentially a narcissist. You don't want that, because a lot of dudes get caught up with chicks that just, again, they have the IG look, all the paint they put on the face to look the part, and then you're like, oh no, because you look the part, there's going to be so many guys that are just going to potentially take you away from me, and then it's like, all right, no. No. If she needs all that, dude, she probably lacks a little bit of self-awareness to begin with. I mean, she's not okay in her own skin. Red flags. Yeah. This feminine intelligence thing really isn't rocket science, to use the cliche term. It's not. It's basically the feminine expression of intelligence. Number one, she must possess it. Two, how does she express it? You want to know how to vet? Observe her apply these things: logic, understanding, self-awareness, learning, emotional learning. Conversation. Can you teach her something? Is she completely receptive? Is she an open book? That's one thing that I require. I require a woman to be an open book. Why? Because I'm an open book. Look, there's times I don't want to look at this sim rig. I don't want to talk about carts. I don't want to talk about blockchain. I don't want to look at scooters. I don't want to do anything. It's like, what the hell do you have going on? Can I completely just ignore my boring life? That's annoying the hell out of me for the time being. Can I just drop this here for a second and just get into what you got going on? I'm cool with that. That's fine. Makes life more interesting. You can learn shit. That's how I learned how to cook. Okay, I thought I was like the bomb.com or something, when it turns out that I actually wasn't. Okay. And then I found out that yeah, I wasn't the bomb.com. So I had to learn from wifey, and then I became the bomb.com. See how that works? Yeah, that's what happened there. Hold on. I have this huge. There we go. There we go. All right. So, yeah, compatibility. Are good tastes and aesthetics similar to high value? Oh God, let's not go down that slippery slope, please. I'm trying. I'm trying to do something different. Well, we've been doing something different. What am I saying? Trying. This channel's been around going on 3 years, so we've been trying to like tell people to be smart. And they're like, no. And we're like, okay, fine. Fine. Oh shoot, there's Damiante. What's going on, man? Let's see here. I could use a lesson on feminine intelligence. You mean to recognize it? Hopefully not to use it. No, that's a joke, dude. Don't listen to me. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I had to jazz it up, man. I've been giving you guys like slaps, like beats and slaps and stuff for a good minute. We did the cannabis live stream, gave you guys some real rough roots raga yesterday. We're gonna go kind of go jazzy on you, probably for the remainder of the night. I think we'll do some jazziness. Um, Here I'm gonna do this. I need to go get some water. I'm gonna go to the little boy's room, get some water, and then if people want to have a conversation about the topic, that's cool. And then if not, I'll try to dig around in my brain for something more to talk about for a little more time before I run out of stuff. So here, let me do this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So, let me think about some other points that I made in the previous feminine intelligence live stream. Okay. So, I think one thing that I did mention in that previous live stream was like when so when my wife and I were together and stuff, right? And there would be those times of the month, as they call them. And like, she didn't get all crazy anything when that happened. It was just, she just knew that she would kind of be in her disposition would be a little bit different, right? So she would give me a heads up. Right? She would just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be just in the room, I'm gonna be in the bed," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay," but I knew why, right? So then I kind of just knew how to, I just go in there and just check on her and see how she's doing or whatever. But I didn't have, it wasn't anything where I'm over here thinking like, oh man, she don't like, she thinks she's some kind of way right now, man, because she's up there doing this or that, or what I mean, something stupid, or like, for example, or the reverse. During the time, I was doing the music thing with me and my bro and stuff, there'd be times we would just be like off in the lab. And I mean, just off. Or like, I would just be like in my room working on something. And I wouldn't even realize I'm the type of person who gets tunnel vision. So I'll start on something. I don't even know, like 4 or 5 hours then just flew by. I ain't have no water. I ain't eat nothing or anything. So, she's the type of person, she would just come upstairs and just with some food. Like, here, you need to eat. You know what I mean? Especially if I was like being irritable. You know what I mean? And seeing like, that's me and my dumbass. Like, just I've been kind of just in my thing, and so I didn't realize I haven't had no water or nothing. I haven't eaten anything, so now I'm just being stupid because now I can't like think. And she's just like, "You need to eat." you know, you know what I mean? So it's just sort of like a recognition, man. Like, okay, like, it's not like a why you got an attitude or something. It's like, okay, you have an attitude because you haven't eaten. Like, right? So how do we solve that problem? Food. Here you go. Eat. No attitude. You better lay down. Blowjob. There you go. I hate to. I don't know. I shouldn't have just said that, but that's kind of how it used to go down. That and a whole lot more. But this is what I mean, though, right? Like, you know, um, intelligence applied in our day-to-day dealings with the person we care about and that we say we love, right? Person we care about, right? Goes a long way, right? It goes a long way. I mean, you grow as a person. Like, think about it, man. Just acquiring intelligence, like if you just make that as a pursuit on a daily basis, then it just makes you grow on a daily basis. That's why I was like, go from like January of last year to January of this year, and did you learn anything? What would you chart your rate of growth from one year to the other? You have to do that. You have to do the same thing with your partner. You grow individually, then you also grow together. Okay, so one can't be on some high intelligence gathering shit and the other one's just on some mundane day to day. It's not going to work out. So if you, as an intelligent man, right, you need an intelligent counterpart. And I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but okay, it's called compatibility. Now, for the women, because I don't know, for all the I don't know whether they say I'm a PhD. That's the term I hear out there. For all the PhDs and master's degrees and all that kind of stuff, there's a thought that those receipts, and I call them that, receipts. Your degree is a receipt. That's what it is, okay? It says, hey, I paid a lot of money to go to this school. You see that piece of paper? It proves it, right? What does a receipt do? It proves that you bought something. Okay? Those degrees mean nothing. It's your application of your actual intelligence. It's not like, oh, I'm smarter than you because I have a receipt. No, the definition for intelligence that I read said absolutely nothing about your college background, your receipts, your education, where you went to school, what job you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I mean, you hear it all the time, guy. You know, they say, "Well, guys don't care about that." Okay, but let's just, if we imply some intelligence, there's like legit not much of a reason for me to care. There's a lot of stupid people with degrees, okay, that make a lot of money. Damieta, you said you'll reach out. Oh, okay, okay, sounds good, bro. You got to get back to your studying. Okay, just catch the replay, bro. So this is, this is, largely what the whole feminine intelligence piece is about. It's about how a woman, through her femininity, projects her intelligence. You know, okay, here's another angle. Presentation, right? Presentation. How a woman presents herself, right? Um, you know, there's I've seen shapely women, right? And I've seen them look thoughty, and then I've seen them look very graceful. I've seen them look in I've seen them in dresses where they look elegant, right? You could take that same chick and then stick her in a thought dress, okay, and she would look like your IG thought chick, right? It's a matter of disposition, right? What's inside her brain is what's going to determine like what it is that you see outward. Is it the thought chick, or is it the one in in the elegant nightgown? Who can also do the black slinky mini dress thing with the nice strappy black heels? She could do that too. I'm just saying, but there's a time and a place for that. But usually she's on some elegant shit, and then you got Tatiana, right? Okay, that intelligence part is expressed outwardly in what you see with your eyes. So, feminine intelligence is not just something that's spoken, it's also something that you observe with your eyes. Very much. It's very much also something that is observable with the eyes. As long as you're not looking with eyes but thinking with the dick, okay? As long as we're not doing that. If we're looking with the eyes and then thinking with the brain, there you go. Looking with the eyes, thinking with the dick, no go. You're probably gonna be looking at Tatiana, or that's the term. I've heard that term. So many just use that. I don't actually use that in real life, but you know what I mean. Let me check the comments here. Oh wait, wrong tab. Okay. Yeah, so there's the outward expression, right? How she carries herself. I mean, I know you don't really see it much, too much nowadays, but feminine women just have a way of walking. Okay, so I guess nowadays what you have to do is look for the women who don't walk the way the average typical woman walks, because they're all kind of. I let me not say that. I'm just saying they stand out. Okay, it's an outward expression. It's yeah, it's an outward expression. That's pretty much like I said. It's all in how they present themselves. Thoughtish, reserved, elegant, classy, graceful. Okay, those words are key words, right? Look and say, Do I see grace? Do I see class? Do I see elegance? Do I see femininity? Do I see these things? Or do I see slutty, lusty, thoughty, whatever other words go with that? Ask yourself these questions. It's part of the vetting process. And it doesn't even see, you could do all of this, right? Before you start doing all that. Uh, let me shut up. I'm not going to go there. Just, you can do that before you go open your mouth. This is all I'm saying, right? Okay? You want to? You guys? You want to know? I started doing this in high school. Actually, one thing that tells me a lot about chicks are hands. Your hands, dude. Like, you look at a woman's hands, right? How do they? How does she do the nails? You know, and are they fake? Are they real? Are her real ones kept well? Are they all chippy and nasty? Is there dirt under them? You know, are her hands rough? What kind of jewelry does she put on her fingers? Dude, I look, I observe before, I get a feel for things, right? So small things like that. Here's another thing, right? Real tattoos or henna tattoos. I'm a sucker for henna tattoos. Real tattoos, though, oh my god, oh my god, yeah. It's this is what I'm talking about, man. There's right, two different things. Two different things. They kind of have two different significances, right? They symbolize different things. Um, let's see. I'm trying to remember what other points did I touch on in that other live stream. There was the outward expression. There was problem solving, like resolution, dealing with problems. Humor, humor is a good one. Humor, okay. Um, capacity to like find something funny. Okay. Me personally, I like to hang my hat on my ability to tell an extremely bad joke. So bad that you actually laugh at it. That's a skill. Okay. If a woman can appreciate that, hey, you've got my ear, because I've got a lot of bad jokes. I've got a lot of bad, funny ones though. They're funny bad jokes. Okay, that's the whole thing. It's kind of like it's kind of like when you slip the "that's what she said" in, and then they go, "Oh, really?" Kind of like that, but more, like I said, you got to catch them. They're really. Sometimes they're just really obtuse. Sometimes they're really subdued. It just really depends. But humor is important. Can you make me laugh? You can make me laugh, man. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yeah, I have my sense of humor is pretty out there. So you can make me laugh. That is a definite sign of intelligence and a good sign, right? Kind of, it's gonna make me curious about like how you put that joke together or how you kind of put that punchline together. I'm like, wow, that was good. That was good. That was good. You know. Let's see. Humor, art. What type of art? Media, right? Okay, like you know, the type of music you consume, for example, um, says a lot about a person. Is she okay listening to this shit that you guys are hearing in the background, right? Is she okay with a glass of wine listening to this stuff? Or does she think this is too snooty or something, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not really open. No, not your thing. Okay. jazz really isn't a dummy's music. You know what I mean? So, but I get it. It's not your vibe. Got it. Let's see. Music, art. Um, I guess you could say culture too. Again, what's important, right? What are the things about um culture that she finds important? Is it like the really bad shit? Is it like just all the dumb shit, or is it like things of actual importance? Right? That's going to rely heavily on like the problem solving and the critical thinking, because if there's social issues or something that kind of weigh heavy on the mind, there's probably ongoing thoughts on how to fix something. Right? That means your eyes are always observant, always seeing things like, I don't like what I see there. May it becomes a conversation piece even, right? Which again, something is that I welcome. It's like, okay, you see what I see out there. So I don't want to be in a house with somebody and they got something completely going on in their head and I'm thinking something else, right? So, you know, social awareness, definitely, and how it's expressed. Like I said, and again, I reference my wife. She was an educator, you know, and she did early childhood education and stuff like that. So she was always concerned about children, and even when we used to be out in the store or something, she would just look at a child and just to say like the child was crying and the parent wasn't really paying attention, like that really ate her up. Like, she'd just be like, "Oh my God, I want to go say something to her," and I'm like, "No, you're gonna cause a scene." You know what I mean? Even like animals, man. Like, let there be a cat, just a stray cat meowing. Oh, we need to get the cat. I'm like, no, we can't get the cat. I would like that cat, but we can't do that. It's just a nurturing, a caring, sort of an awareness type of thing, always wanting to take care of something. You know, like so much masculinity is expressed in women nowadays that it's rare that you actually see women that like just damn near start dropping tears at the sight of a damn puppy. That used to be a thing. You give a chick a puppy, oh, and they just start bawling and shit. But nowadays, it's like, ugh, get that thing away from me. It's okay. It's a baby animal. You don't feel some sort of, your ovaries aren't doing anything. It's a baby. I don't have ovaries. Like, whoa, oh shit. Okay, my bad. So, shit. Oh my god. Sometimes, like I said, man, I just been making myself laugh sometimes. All right. Um. So let's see. There's the nurturing. There's the problem solving. There's the art. There's the outward appearance or look, the self awareness aspect. There's um critical thinking. You know. Um. And the curiosity, a natural curiosity, right? Wanting to learn, open to learning. Um, all of those things, if they're expressed, in the truest sense, like with no pretense, I mean that is something for a man to cherish in a woman. Okay, that was why I specifically wanted to title this one "Feminine Intelligence," and it's an addendum to the other one. Every time you do like an addendum, there's more things that you can kind of add on. I think I actually added a lot. My other one was probably way different than this one. Um, but I think I touched on everything. Because, like I said, I typically get to about the 45-minute mark, and then my brain literally runs out of gas. Like it's literally kind of vibrating now. And yeah, I think I kind of said pretty much everything. Um, if I didn't say anything, then you could check the other one, and then I probably said it in that one. Wait a minute. I like puppies. Hey, Neon Eyes, what the? Hey, how you doing? You like puppy? I love puppies. I like puppies and kitties. I like the puppers and the kitties. Okay, I am a lover of both puppers and kitties. Well, you guys kind of showed. Well, Neon Eyes, you just kind of showed up here. I've been rambling for like 15 minutes. I literally, I dropped the link. No one wants to come up for these type of things. I think they kind of just want to listen. And I pretty much don't have anything left. Let's see. Huh. Well, EQ, emotional, that would be emotional knowledge. We talked about that. That would also tie into the self awareness thing. And then, yeah, let's see. Is there anything else? Hmm. I don't think there is. I would just say, again, for me, the humor is going to you know, uh, yeah, humor is probably one of the first things that kind of stands out. Like if a chick has like quick wit, it's like, whoa, did you just do that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that one. That's usually the first thing that kind of stands out to me. Quick witted, and not in like a one-upsmanship type of thing. Just a natural sort of observational wit that just kind of blurts out. It's just like, wow, that was cool how you put that thought together. It's not easy to get a laugh out of me. I enjoyed just listening. Very insightful. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were listening in, Neon Eyes. Thank you. Um, well, insightful. It's what we do over here. This is the whole kind of 3.0 thing over here. I know people think it's something else, but it's not. It's this over here. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this play for like a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. But I'll say that I'm gonna end it. But I'm going to just go check on my little one, make sure she's all tucked away in bed. Go grab some more water, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You know what? I actually did think of and it's actually an important point actually. I did think of something else. Um in tune with her sexuality. Very intelligent about how she goes about practicing, or expressing her sexuality. That's a very important point. I'm glad I thought about that. I'm glad I thought about that. I think that's probably one of the more important points. Not only that, but in terms of attraction, right? The counterpart or what's compatible to her, like what she sees as compatible to her. Okay, so there is again the compatibility thing. There's a reciprocal thing there with regards to intellect. Okay, and so I think that the best expression of feminine intelligence is when she seeks her counterpart in terms of masculine intelligence, right? Like, what's not a good expression of it is to seek masculinity minus the intelligence, right? Which we don't have to go down that slippery slope, but this is why I'm glad I thought of this point. I wanted to bring this up, that another key marker in terms of feminine intelligence is how it's expressed through her sexuality. Right. That's the one point that I did. I was like, oh wait, there's that point. Yeah, don't forget that one. Don't forget that one. Because I think that's what rounds it out. I mean, you can't have a conversation about this and sapiosexualism and then not talk about the sex part, right? I don't have to delve too deep into it, right? Because sex is sex, and everybody always, I'm assuming, has done it before, so there's no need to do all that, to go there. Um, and you could, but I just don't know if I should. um, yeah, let's just go on that. Let's just go on that premise, right? So, how uh, she intelligently expresses her sexuality. Another key point. Something to observe. And like I said, I'm just a guy speaking this from a male's perspective. So for the ladies that are there in the chat, you can flip the mirror around and then take what I just said and then use it on guys. It's the same thing. It all applies. That's the beauty of this. Okay, I think that was the last point because now we're about an hour, and I definitely don't have anything else to say. Hey there, found out about you through Manosphere Polls. Great content, love the vibes, great selections. Thanks, Manosphere Polls. Hey, Miss Antisocial Socialite, how you doing? You know that song? Really? Are you? So, do you get your fingers dusty? You crate digger? That's some jazz stuff right there. Um, Manosphere Polls. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Manosphere Polls. Okay. Well, I'm glad you found this. That's cool, man. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Like I said, my brain's pretty much on empty. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down. Thank you all for stopping on in. Thank you, Neon Eyes. Check out some of the other ones that we've done here. You know what? Let me do this before I drop out of here. Let me see. I'll post it, but it's not like you have to like literally sit and listen to all of them or something. But I did put the ones I did on my channel all in a playlist. So, you can just kind of listen whenever the heck you feel like it. So it's 1 through, I think I did 55 on my channel. And then on this one so far, I've done like maybe 5 or 6 or something. But the last one I did was on taste. So, they're there. And these are here. So there you go. Game changer. What's going on, man? Peace. So far, you are voted the best business and tech channel. Okay. Um, okay. The business and tech channel. We're I would say we're much more than that, but all right. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you said Manager polls. I don't know polls though, but if we were voted that, cool. I guess. Yeah, cool. I'm like I said, whatever. However you found your way here, man. That's awesome. I always listen. I just don't chat. I catch replays too. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you do this stuff, and you just think you're talking to. You're not sure who you're talking to. Okay. All right. Like I said, I think I'm kind of out of steam. But thank you guys for dropping in. And I think tomorrow I have another Sapio live stream I'm doing tomorrow night. I try to do those like at night because I can. That's when the time when I have like the time to do them. And then like during the day though, that's where I think today we did space and technology, and then tomorrow we'll be doing a car talk. We're gonna be doing a car talk tomorrow. Sunday we also did a cannabis live stream too. So yeah, we just we've just been doing our thing. Yeah, you as well, Neon Eyes. Rest well. You as well, everyone in the chat. You guys have a good evening. If you know anyone who digs this kind of content, share it with them. It's some sapiosexual stuff, so it's something different. Maybe they'll dig it. I don't know. But yeah, check us out tomorrow. With that, you guys have a good night.